For a long time, it was just the kindergarten. That's all it was. And then as we got funding, then it moved up to first and second grade. Now that it goes up to sixth grade, it provides a comprehensive Waldorf education.
We founded this school 25 years ago. The founding group were community members, parents, and people who work in the field of education. Our vision was to build not only a school, but a community where we have organic gardening, wood workshops, and cultural activities. So this year is a very meaningful year for us, a big milestone, because we have 25 years of Lakota Waldorf School, and we opened our new first building of the new campus.
When I first started in January, I was at the small little cabin up there. And yeah, it was very tight, but nevertheless, we made it work, But seeing the construction of this one, you could see the excitement, you could feel it in the air, like, wow, that's all for them. And kids are saying, that's all for us, we're gonna move in there. There was excitement there. You could tell just big, wonderful things going on here, all for them. It looks like this unique building, something you don't hardly ever see, and has just a good vibe here, and just the way it's constructed and all that, very unique,
So these walls are all painted in order to help invoke this peaceful feeling within the children. So this building in itself, it's a way that they feel held. They feel quite comfortable in here.
Waldorf and Lakota culture, they have one thing in common, and it's the care for nature. We know that we are not superior to nature, we are one. And the school building represents that thought. It's made out of straw bales.
The floor is warmed with the hot water pipes, and there's no vents. Just very the skylight for that natural light, things like that is just unique.
I first came across the Lakota Waldorf School back in 2016 when I enrolled my son in kindergarten. And throughout the year, I fell in love with the Waldorf education, the teachings, and the loving and the caring atmosphere that he attended to. In 2017, when they did the expansion of the older grades, I also enrolled my 2 older girls in the 5th and 6th grade.
We teach science, English, math, history, geography, everything you need to know in order to excel on an academic level.
Shining a light on culture and self-identity, cultural identity is very important to these kids because it gives them the strength to know who they are and be proud of who they are. Because out there, there's a lot of issues going on. There's so much going on in Reservation, suicide, and they're trying to identify with this and that, which is not them. But here, especially here, they really get in touch with their culture.
They do bow makings, they put up teepees, they do sweat, they attend Techawachipi's, youth dancing.
Hand drumming, powwow, ceremonies. We're visiting all the sacred sites.
They are learning their language in the classroom all day long, and they're coming home with their culture in their hearts.
The school is a 501c3 non-profit organization. The unemployment rate on the reservation is 80%. This means most parents and families would not be able to afford tuition, and our goal is to keep the school accessible to all children from all backgrounds. This is an outline of the new master plan of the new building, and we divided it in phases. So phase 1 is what we built this past year. It includes 2 classrooms, 2 storage rooms, and 2 bathrooms. The next phase would be phase 1B, and includes another classroom, a kindergarten room, the main entrance, and office spaces. And the last piece is my favorite. It has a dining room for the students, kitchen, and a coffee shop as a revenue source.
I really like the idea of the new building and expanding on the new building. just so our children, can move throughout the Waldorf system all the way up to 8th grade instead, before we just had the kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade, and then they'd have to transfer into mainstream education, which could be a hard transfer. Hopefully soon it'll be complete and we'll be all the way up to 8th grade.
This is our vision of our school building. We are starting with a fundraising campaign to start the next phase 1B, and then phase 2, and we hope for donations. Only with donations and contributions are we able to build this.
It's important to keep them in. If you're going to start with Waldorf education, you want to continue with Waldorf education, and it's providing that here. It'll go all the way up, and then the only transfer they have to go to is high school.
Friends who would like to contribute or give a donation, a gift, we have a website, www.lakotawaldorfschool.org.